I'm Logan from with the Backwoods Institute. Today in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a fire starter that's been used for hundreds of years, and it's called char cloth. Now, how you make char cloth is you have to have 100% cotton fabric, and you want to get it to the point where it's going to catch on fire, but you can't let any oxygen get to it, so it basically just smothers itself. And you're making somewhat of a form of charcoal. Now, to do that, we're going to use an Altoids can. So I got my fire started. Now I'm going to show you the process of how to make char cloth. All right, now with your fire, what you want to do is you want to get a real nice bed of coals, kind of like if you were cooking. All right, now it comes down to selecting the fabric you're going to use for the material. Let's say you got a shirt that you're going to pitch, it's old, ratted, torn up. If it's 100% cotton, you can turn it into something that you can use in a survival situation to get a fire going. All right, the next thing you want to do with whatever fabric you chose, you want to cut it into about 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches squares. Now this doesn't have to be an exact science, just get it close. All right, that's enough to work with so far. All right, what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna take our fabric, we're gonna put it in here and put it on the fire, but we need to make a vent hole first. So you can use a knife blade, we're gonna put it right here in the top, just a very small vent hole. You can use a knife blade, but beware, you know, this is metal, it's gonna dull your knife blade. So if you have a secondary blade or a multi-purpose tool, that's what I would use. All right, here I got a real small blade. My actual primary blade on this tool is right here. So I got a secondary blade that I'm gonna use and just poke up a vent hole. Just like that. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this fabric and you're gonna put it inside the Altoids tin. They can be touching, you just wanna pack it in there. And then close the lid. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna make a base that you can set this in. Now you're gonna have to be able to take it out of the fire because once you heat it up, it's gonna start smoldering this cotton in here and it's gonna smoke through the top. Whenever it's done, it's gonna stop smoking. So you need to look for that, and whenever that happens, you wanna pull it out because if you leave it in there longer than that, your char cloth's gonna be really brittle. I know it's hard to see with all that other smoke, but that smoke coming out of that vent hole right there, that's what we're looking for. And whenever that stops is when we want to pull it off of the fire. All right, as you can see right here, the smoke is just barely trickling out of here. It's not a steady stream anymore. So I want to take it off the fire and set it off to the side so it can cool down. Now I got a multi-purpose tool, but if you don't, use 2 sticks or something and just set it off of the fire. Now the thing is, you cannot open this right away. There's embers in there, and if you open it up, they get oxygen, and then they're gonna combust, and there goes your char cloth. So you need to wait until this is cool to the touch before you even open it and check it out. All right, this is cool to the touch, so I'm gonna open it up. And there you go, see how it has real nice black color, and it's not brittle, and that's what you want. This was the original color. You can see this is burnt and turned basically into charcoal. Now I'm going to strike one up and show you how it can be used. Now this ground is kind of damp, so I'm going to start out, I'm going to put a piece of bark down to keep the damp moisture off the ground. And I'm going to grind up some leaves, dead leaves, and put them on top of that. Then I'm going to take my char cloth, open up the fabric, and set that on top. Now I got plenty of other dried leaves right here that I can use as tinder to get this going. Now I got a ferro rod and a striker, and I'm gonna throw sparks onto that char cloth. All right, now zoom in. These spots right here are embers. See them glowing? Now I take some more dried leaves or whatever tinder, dried grass, and I gently coax it by blowing slightly. Make sure it's in the frame. Zoom out a little bit. And there we have flame. So you can get your fire started off of that, and that's how you use char cloth. Hope you guys like this video. If you got old ragged shirts laying around and you want to put them to use, get an Altoids tin and you can make your own fire starter. You're ready to go to start a fire when you need it. Hope you guys like this video. Catch you in a bit.